And good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Zelda Randomizer the Zelda Randomizer Random Percent Tournament here on Randomania 3. Tonight, we have a winner's bracket matchup between RaikouRider and EatMySteel, with EatMySteel ahead 1-0 in this round of 32 matchup. Hi, everyone. I'm LOZ Cards Fan 23, and on the call with me tonight is Dracia. You looking forward to this one?
Oh, absolutely. RaikouRider and EatMySteel are both amazing runners, and as always, it's an honor to be in the booth next to you.
It's a pleasure being with you as well. Well, this is a very interesting matchup because RaikouRider, because he lost game number one, has the loser's remorse, and he has selected that it is going to be shapes for all of the dungeons here in this match.
Shapes dungeons are always fun. The scary thing about it is if the dungeon headers are off, because you're not gonna know what what dungeon is what until you see the Triforce, basically. And
Luckily,
they are
yeah, luckily,
starting with mags. Wow.
wow! So much for that wood sword. You can leave that Toblerone, Zelda. We don't need it.
Mags and ladder. And
Unreal.
like they've got every Triforce except for what, 5?
Yeah, well, I'm going to tell you something. There's got to be a catch. There has got to be a catch here, Dracia. There's just got to be a catch.
Yeah, I mean, we don't know what kind of overworld we've got. We don't know what blocks there are going to be. You know, having the ladder right off the bat is great. And having, oh, I'm sorry. Is that the magical sword or is that the white sword? I can't really tell.
I don't know. It's the shape doesn't look like the magical sword, but the colors do. All right, it is the magical sword. We are getting confirmation. Well, the only way we can find out is if we start taking down some enemies, because if it is the magical sword, it does 4 HP of damage. But it's so peculiar because the shape doesn't represent the magical sword at all.
It doesn't. It might be because they started with it.
Could be.
But yeah, with the hilt color, and then based on the colors of our players' tunics, well, we've got a mixed or second quest overworld.
Yeah, for sure we do.
Yeah, because if it was the wood sword, it would match the players' tunics, and if it was the white sword, it would have a blue hilt, wouldn't it?
Well, I will tell you what, if it is the magical sword, we have enemy HP on, because those blue moblins should have gone down in one magical sword hit, and it didn't. So if that really is the magical sword, we have an HP shuffle, and they rolled at least +2.
More will be revealed.
Yes, indeed, Dracia. More will be revealed. But we do have a divergence of paths. EatMySteel heading for the northeastern section. That's a potion shop. No letter, no money, no business. RaikouRider finds the cheap bait shop, a modest discount down to 55 rupees. In the casino, we've got another bait shop.
In the far northeast, we've got... Oh, yes!
Told ya! So not only are the level numbers covered, palette swap is on.
Oh, this is absolutely joyful.
I'm going to tell you what level it is. It's level 13.
Well,
I don't know.
I'm sure to these runners, every level is 5 until they find a map or the Triforce.
Right, and the big, a laws approved big time secret there, 118 rupees for that large. Now, even though you had said this is a mixed overworld, we won't know exactly if there's going to be 3 large secrets or 1 large secret, because those distributions, that's another new flag, as we have the vanilla price on both the candle and the blue ring, but we do have quite the markup of 40% on those bombs.
Definitely not the worst markup I've seen. And with a nice large secret, it's we could definitely have a worse price.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Because bombs can be maximum of 40 rupees, so you could have double the price at vanilla. Eat my steel here. Now, here's what they're looking for. If they do find the compass, if that compass is flashing, we know that it's level 5 because that's the only triforce they don't have. Also, another thing you should keep in mind is these townspeople here in Hyrule are saying absolutely nothing. So, hints, forget about it.
And forget about upping out of door repairs.
Ooh, bombs plus for free, which means the good thing they're starting with the magical sword because there's no sword upgrades. That is our white sword right there, and that's an extra 2 bombs to eat my steel's credit.
And Raikou plays on console, so I'm not entirely sure if he walked into the same dungeon.
This is the same dungeon. Yep,
Okay.
they were in the same spot. It was it's where the 100 secret is in Northeast Hyrule. That's where this level is.
Gotcha. Yeah, the difference in colors to anybody who's watching is because EatMySteel is playing on an emulator, but RaikouRider is actually playing on console. As EatMySteel's potentially setting up for Kananaki here, if this Lionel will cooperate.
So far, it's not cooperating, and let's take a look. No permanent beams are not on, and unfortunately, Troll Handler doing Troll Handler things to RaikouRider. Back to start he goes. Nice, he got it. Kananaki for steal. Kananaki. And but there's nothing here. Still impressive feat nonetheless.
Oh, absolutely beautifully done.
Oh man, Handler for EatMySteel gets the strike right in the pocket.
Beautiful bullseye there, and thank not roll up.
Yeah, thank God those didn't roll up because, yeah, Superman handlers, no bueno.
Yeah, Beefy Man handlers sometimes are worse than Beefy Gleeox.
I agree. There's a ladder block, but thankfully we have the ladder. But EatMySteel gonna lose some health bopping into that Goma, and there's a compass. And I can't tell, but since I don't see anything flashing, this can't be level 5.
Nope. 5, I think Raikou's going to grab that item and bounce.
Yep, you're right about that. That's 10 bombs now on Raikou's side, but EatMySteel's going to keep on playing. RaikouRider hasn't up an 8 either.
It's very interesting.
For those of you just joining us, these runners have started with 7 out of the 8 Triforce pieces. I want to say that's the maximum number of Triforce pieces you're allowed to start with, is unfortunately RaikouRider getting beamed by the Blue Lionels. That is all for this level for both our players. We know for certain, though, that is not level 5.
And RaikouRider with the candle is going to go ahead and burn through the forest.
That is a take any. We'll go ahead with the heart container up to 6 hearts now. By the way, the Armo statue item we actually didn't mention. This is how Raikou got that large secret. It is the power bracelet.
Okay. That's wild. I am so used to seeing the power bracelet under the Grave Armos.
Oh, yeah. The one next to level 6. Yeah, you're correct about that. Raikou trying to burn where 7 is in second quest. There is a staircase, and there is a level. Oh. So right here, RaikouRider hoping that this is level 5. But, of course, even if it's level 5, but unfortunately, we have Uncle Wizzy's Clubhouse. Thankfully, with this magical sword, instead of 10 hits, they go down in 2, so they roll down to either 5, 6, 7. Oh, it can't be 5, 6, 7, or 8 HP.
And we find the red candle.
Not bad, but RaikouRider probably wishes he would have found that 4 or 5 minutes ago. That would have saved him 60 rupees.
Well, he had to burn in here to get the red candle.
Oh, good point. Yes, the good point. Very good observation there, Dracia. Yes. So, yeah, in order to get the red candle, you needed the blue candle. How apropos.
And
look at this. Very nice. And if there's a flag set where silvers and the red ring are relegated to level 9, RaikouRider could be set if he can find that Triforce out of level 5 and the location to level 9. EatMySteel unfortunately getting a hefty door repair penalty where vanilla level 4 would be in second quest.
And we still do not know what dungeon we are in, because it could be possible that it's level 1, although we don't know yet if Heart Shuffle's on.
RaikouRider might be key blocked out of this dungeon, so he'll have to come back later. EatMySteel just went bankrupt at the White Sword location, another dungeon now.
He's gonna pirouette that key open, speaking of.
See if EatMySteel checks the second quest spots. He does, but the first one's a bust. Ah, Blue Wizards, of course, Uncle Wizzy's clubhouse. That's why RaikouRider. And he does find a level.
It's a beautiful color.
That's a nice shade of purple here. We got Dark Nuts, and they rolled up. Yep, because they normally have 8 HP. They should have went down in 2 magical sword hits, but they went to 9, 10, or 11, or 12. So yeah, we definitely can confirm they are sitting on the magical sword, even though the sword design is incorrect. We do find the raft. That could be important, especially if level 9 or 5 is needed. Yeah, blue Dark Nuts dropping bombs. You don't see that normally, Dracia. That means that the drop placements have also been shuffled.
That is true. And whatever dungeon RaikouRider is in or just left, they already have the triforce from, because he did pick up that compass and there was no blinky blink.
Alright, so still level 5 at large. Raikou finding a small secret. That's not bad. 11 rupees, a little bit above the vanilla amount.
So our deciding factor at this point is kind of the medium secret.
Right, because there's going to be 7 of those. And
speaking of,
that's really good. Hey, all you have to do is talk about it, Dracia, and the situation presents itself. 36 is pretty darn good. So yeah, this is definitely a big money seed.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, EatMySteel leaving the 7 pin, but gets it on the second try. We do have an ink blot, and 8, 10, 13, 17 rooms. Another large secret. So it's first quest distribution, Dracia.
If this is vanilla drop rooms, then that is level 4.
Yeah, looking at the size here, 4, 7, 9, 13, 17 rooms. If it is level 4, this is one on the smaller side.
Which means that our level 6 is probably going to be
40 rooms. Yeah. We'll see. We'll see about that.
Rooms,
now another new level.
There.
Leaving the head pin there, but picking up the spare and grabbing a key, but down to his last heart. Raikou takes care of the Aquamentus, but unfortunately, EatMySteel got too close to the blue Dark Nuts, so he'll have to go back and try again.
Thankfully, the Vires did not roll up.
Yeah, because they have 4 HP. If they would have rolled up even 1 HP, a magical sword's not going to give you a shot at their drops. There's the compass, and not flashing. So Raikou is done with that level, whatever it might have been. They are looking for level 5, and of course they're also looking for level 9. Must have all 8 Triforce pieces to gain access to that dungeon.
Speaking of 9,
again
into existence.
All I had to do was talk about it, and the situation presents itself. So Raikou has half of the puzzle pieces figured out. Now he just has to find the Triforce to 5 as EatMySteel finds his first large secret at the Lost Hills.
Wonder what Raikou's gonna buy with that 229 rupees. If
Buy
he's holding out for a
jewelry.
boomstick, or
Yeah, that's a possibility.
he's
I
saving for a
haven't
blue
seen
ring.
Boomstick. Well, he's got the maximum number of rupees now, so if he wants to go for blue ring, he certainly could. Eat My Steel, meanwhile, going to buy those expensive bombs. Feels like there's nothing else to spend the money on. He also purchased the blue candle. I've seen a magical shield, but I didn't look at the price. However, I can tell you that if we do see a price that's over 150 rupees, then we'll know for sure that Boomstick is not in play, because the Boomstick replaces the shield that costs 160 rupees.
And he does indeed grab that that blue ring. A good
Yeah.
call with the Wizrobes where they are.
Yeah, it's an absolutely great call there. That's going to double his defense. So now the damage down to 1/2 of the base value. So you're only losing 2 hearts to an orange Wizard Beam and 1 heart to a blue Wizard Body or Beam. As Raikou's going to pick up the potion. Solid play, considering we've already seen the bombs plus. So we know the magical sword. Well, plus they already have the magical sword anyway. It's definitely a good move.
Although they will still find the magical sword cave somewhere.
Right,
Because despite starting with an item, that doesn't it doesn't take it out of the pool.
that is correct. And by the way, one thing I did not mention is the runners ignored the wood sword at the start. Just for curiosity's sake, had they runners grabbed the wood sword, it would not have superseded their magical sword. They would have stayed the same. It's not like Castlevania where you can downgrade your whip.
Be awful if you could.
Yeah.
Can you imagine having mags and then getting
like
bopped into a
accidentally?
4-drop white sword?
Yes, that would be awful. But we'll not talk about this. Let's just move on to the next topic. RaikouRider's in the same level that EatMySteel was in earlier.
And EatMySteel is in the same level that Raikou was in earlier. Had a
Yeah,
little little flip flop here.
Tracing their footsteps. So, but the blue dart nuts, you're still losing a heart every time you get bopped by the blue dart nuts, and he'll get sent back to start.
Blue Lanmos, did they roll down at all, or?
I don't even know how many HP each segment has, because when you're playing it in the vanilla game, you have the magical sword, so they go down pretty quick. But
Yeah.
I don't know the value. Somebody's got to know what the value is. I don't. And EatMySteel sees this is not level 5, so he's out. RaikouRider picking up the raft.
And the purple dungeon, based on that heart drop, we believed to be level 4. Could be wrong.
Could be. Yeah, it's either 4 or 3, just based on the number of rooms. It's one of those 2 dungeons, because that I don't believe that Gliok room dropped anything. So we think it could be 4, but that's not a guarantee.
The Gliok room, yeah, that was where the heart was.
Oh, it was there. You caught it. All right, then it probably is level 4. All right. Meanwhile, EatMySteel in the green level now.
And EatMySteel does find that bow out of the cyan level.
So if this ends up being a
Or sorry,
required
the green
Ganon
level.
fight.
He
Yeah, I
left
was going
the
to say,
cyan level.
yeah, the cyan would be the light blue color that you normally see in Connecticut, Vermont, and Oriental Avenue. And now RaikouRider grabs his map of level 4.
Yes, that was the, if I'm not mistaken, the level with the bow was the one that Raikou opted out of because of those Wizrobe rooms.
Correct, but EatMySteel also opting out of there as well. So I kind of wonder if the Wizards are just proven to be too much for these runners right now. They're just hoping that that's not level 5. As Raikou finding a small secret, doubling his money to 22.
Almost enough for a pack of bombs.
Almost, as EatMySteel finding a bonus cave, and like Raiko, going to pick up the potion. No need to go after the 10 to 14 hearts. We've already got the magical sword. And as you had mentioned, it's still in the shuffle, but because we saw the bombs plus as the white sword earlier, we know that the magical sword location, wherever it is going to have another bombs plus.
The funny thing about the sprites in the beginning is they seem to get extremely confused, because like we've got mags, but with the white sword, wood sword, white sword design. And then if you start with a white sword when there's bomb upgrades instead of sword upgrades, you actually have the bomb plus sprite on your A button.
Really?
Still the white sword.
I did not know that. That's actually pretty cool. I can't wait to see that whenever that shows up. I'm sure it's already showed up. You're talking about it, so it must have already showed up sometime.
EatMySteel goes into the gray dungeon.
Yep, normally 8 and 9 have that color design, but again, we have palette swap on. RaikouRider taking the trip to Death Mountain here, hoping to find level 5. That's a potion shop, no letter though.
We've got a few grave spots to check.
All right, Raiko going to check this door and find some more money. That's another medium. They'll take them up to 77. Wait, that's a nice, interesting set of numbers. 77 and 222 rupees. Can you imagine having a 7 deuce in Texas Hold'em and turning that into a full house?
Oh, that would be so great.
Yeah. Another medium secret will take Raiko up to 113 rupees, but it looks like he's going to be heading for the level 6 spot. He was trying to do a screen scroll to get to that, but so he's going to bomb here, see if there's anything here. Just another potion shop. And EatMySteel is out of that dungeon. What could have possibly stopped this progress?
Might have just been finding the compass, seeing
Oh,
that it...
yeah. That's right, because
Maybe
Raiko was in there
blank spot.
earlier. Yes, that's correct. It is blank. You're right. All right, so he's out of there. That's not level 5. We have ropes in the overworld, so we're not going to find them in dungeons. So we're going to take a look at vanilla level 6 and find an arrow shop. And Raiko has the cash. He'll go ahead and purchase it. A modest 2.5% discount, but that's better than 100.
And with the bow, he will no longer have to worry about any potential Goma blocks.
Absolutely. And EatMySteel finds the quote-unquote hid shop, which means absolutely nothing. That push block where the magical sword normally is did not push. Let's see if the second quest variety pushes. No, it doesn't. So they're both busts.
That's a great any road. Takes you 2 screens to the left.
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that. So the grade so far doesn't look great. One that takes you near
Oh,
start.
gosh.
Yeah?
3 of those any roads are within 4 screens of each other.
F.
That's
an F grade any roads there. Sorry, but I can't even give it a D minus. When you have 3 that are 4 screens within each other, that's an automatic fail right there.
Yeah. Is there a grade lower than an F?
F minus. All right, RaikouRider bombing this spot, but unfortunately that is a door repair penalty. But meanwhile, EatMySteel going to check the vanilla level 4 raft spot and find a docking fee. I want to say that might have been the maximum door repair penalty that EatMySteel just suffered. In fact, those levers say, hey, you're going to pay another door repair penalty. Would you look at that? The ladder is our white sword item. Wait a minute. The ladder is our white... Of course, yes, that's our white sword item. Right. So RaikouRider's not even going to bother picking it up, even though he had enough hearts to do so, because that's just a waste in animation time. All right, so Raikou's going to push... Try to push, but it doesn't look like it pushes this time. Nope, nothing here. That's where the letter would be in second quest. Yet another potion shop here in Candle Row.
He's going to go ahead and up A out. He was out of bombs.
Yeah, you hate to see it, but look at this. New level discovered by EatMySteel. We have this turquoise color with the level 3 color.
we see a Triforce. Is this the coveted level 5?
EatMySteel, not going to check. I think he might have been looking for extra resources, so I think he's just going to go next door just to take a peek. But oh shoot! And now he's got to clear this room.
Thankfully, it's not a terrible room to clear, just some fires. And
plus that fairy gives him the beam sword back. Unfortunately, RaikouRider falling in the green dungeon, so back to start he goes. EatMySteel will grab this Triforce. We'll get a check on this to see if this is the level 5 Triforce. If so, he's ready to go into level 9. He'll take a look. It's not.
It is not. That was a whammy. At least he didn't dig too far through that dungeon.
Nope, didn't have to go very far. So the search continues for the level 5 Triforce. Going into level 1, we find the letter. So if EatMySteel drinks both of his potions with his 204 rupees, he could show it to the potion shop operator and buy some more. Ooh, that would be cool. CCX made a very interesting suggestion. Starting with the ladder, and if you find the other ladder, you make a super ladder to cross 2 tile gaps. That would be pretty cool. But look at this. The Pepto-Bismol level for EatMySteel, the dungeon that Zelda painted. This be our level 5. EatMySteel is able to bomb up. And it's another Dark Nut set. As Raikou picks up a small secret, he's got 31 rupees. EatMySteel sitting on 204.
Raikou's going to be very disappointed to find another take any.
Yeah. Those, like I said, were not very good take any's when you have 3 of them, like, literally next to each other.
And he's going to bomb this spot and be disappointed to find another take any. He does not.
Well, not so fast, my friend. He's going to go here first and find, well, he'll purchase some bombs. I mean, he's got nothing else better to spend it on. I guess the only thing
now he's going to bomb that spot and be disappointed to find another take any.
Right you are, Drossia. Here it comes. Facepalm activated. Yup.
To answer Don in chat, EatMySteel is playing as the old woman, the one that sells you the medicine.
Yep, some people call her the Impa Sprite. Here's the compass. This is level 5!
We're in 5.
That is a huge find for EatMySteel. So now all he's got to do is make his way to the Triforce. He'll be eligible to go into level 9. There's a key. Look at the camouflage there on that particular key. The traps had it set nice and perfectly there in that Gliok room. Remember, EatMySteel's already up 1-0. If he wins this, he moves on to the round of 16. The only thing that could stop EatMySteel, and I'm prepared to take the blow for Commentator's Curse. The only thing that could stop him is a Dig Dogger.
Yeah. Looks like red and blue Dark Nuts both rolled up.
Yeah, because a Magical Sword should have taken down an orange Dark Nut in 1, but no, they rolled up to 5 through 8. Now, you'd never like to see that. So let's take a look at this room here. It's not a Commendous room. We do have to clear it, but pretty easy enemy sets. EatMySteel's hoping to get a better spawn, but he doesn't. So he's just going to take this last Dark Nut down. Oh, look at the surprise! A Wallmaster. You gotta love that. EatMySteel is now eligible to go into level 9.
That was a great troll. We gotta give him a hand for that one.
I totally got that one. You think you're funny, huh? That's nice.
Oh, I think I'm hilarious.
Yeah, that was really good. Well played, man. Well played. So, EatMySteel now going into level 9. So, if Ganon is required, gonna be looking for a single shutter door room where upon a full clear, if it doesn't open, that is where Zelda is and Ganon is required. If Ganon is not required, Zelda could be behind anything. 28-23 in, here we go.
Or we could be looking for a Dig Dogger and a double shutter.
Oh, that
Right, Magic Frenzy into FM.
That would be nasty. Instead, we've got Patra Wayne guarding a reverse C. But look at this, RaikouRider Not too far behind, but take a look at this. Here's Ganon, world's worst hide-and-seek player. So we need 4 hits with the magical sword. A high roll driver,
We got a 0
cost him.
HP Ganon.
Nice. So who cares about swords? Unfortunately, EatMySteel can't take down Ganon because no silver arrows. So now the big question is Ganon required? Because if Ganon's required, we have to find the silver arrows.
It was definitely a good call poking Ganon with the sword before up-Aing out, just to see, you know, hey, are you 0 HP?
Yep, you're right. Yeah, Ganon, not only did he lose, he didn't even try tonight, Dracia. Alright, so EatMySteel looks like he's going to go after Patra Wayne here, hoping to take down the Master Eye, the one that expands, but that was a quick kill. You want to talk about a quick Patra fight, you just saw it right there on EatMySteel's side. Oh my goodness! Are you kidding me?
Wow.
Silvers for EatMySteel, so now he can go back to the Ganon fight, take him down, because you never know, Zelda could be behind that shutter door.
Zelda could be. Zelda could also be the opposite end behind several magical staircases.
Oh, Raiko taking a very costly death here in level 5, and now for real.
That is so wild.
Ganon.
So
It
wild
really
that was
is
an immediate Ganon.
I swear, if Zelda is behind this door to the north, I swear, this is going to be one of the fastest nines you'll see where Ganon is required.
Is this the great Frequelizer?
No, that's a turnstile room. I don't think Zelda can be in the turnstile room. That just won't work. How about this, the door to the north? Is our kidnapped here? Nope. Zelda being the hide-and-seek person we know and love. But more will be revealed.
Indeed, and just because Ganon was in his vanilla room does not necessarily mean Zelda will be in hers.
It's a good bet, but it is not a guarantee. You are correct about that, Dracia. I think that's going to become a new nickname whenever we have a short level 9. The Great Frequelizer. I like that. I approve. As the person who initially came up with the phrase Great Equalizer, I 100% approve. Look at all the reverse C rooms here in this level 9. Meanwhile, RaikouRider now knows where the Triforce is, and yeah, he took a death not too far from that room. So time is running out for RaikouRider, but anything can still happen. I mean, if it's one of those convoluted paths to get to Zelda's room, I mean, it's easy to get lost in shapes, and with no map, you got to play Hyrule's favorite game show of Find the Bomb Hole.
Or the push wall.
Right, that too.
Because with shapes, second quest rooms / doors are on.
Yep. That is not a guarantee, but in this case, that is the case because we have seen a walkthrough wall already here in this level 9. Oh no, and Raikou getting bopped by the Dark Nuts, 1 room short of the Triforce room. Oh, every second counting right here, folks. You hate to see it.
By the way, I was wrong about vanilla drop rooms because RaikouRider did find a heart drop in an NSU room, which does not exist in vanilla.
Yep, it just happened.
Bleak room was a
Yep. EatMySteel not really having a pleasant time. Now there is one minor advantage Raikou is going to have on EatMySteel, and that's that blue ring doing half the damage that is happening on EatMySteel's side. And if this turns out to be one of those combat-heavy level 9s where you have to clear every room, you know, just to get anywhere. But look at this! 1 room, can we bomb into it, or do we have to find another path? Now, again, we saw that Ganon was in Ganon's room. Can we bomb? No, we can't walk through. I think you have to come from the south. Ooh, and EatMySteel, if he's able to bomb left or walk through left, can he get there? Yes!
And that,
that's ball game.
Is game.
Wow. Get your GGs out for EatMySteel. He wins the match, saves the old man, and wow. I swear, if that time is 33-33, that would be insane.
And 34, sorry to
Oh! Dead gummit SRL. Oh well. Great run though from EatMySteel.
And that was indeed a required Ganon, but that level 9 was, with the right route, smaller than level 1.
Oh, absolutely. And I think the thing that really did RaikouRider, and it was just taking too many deaths here in level 5, and that ended up costing him the match there, because if RaikouRider, somehow would have just taken if he would have taken a faster route than EatMySteel, hey, look at that, the recorder theme, for those of you who are playing along, we didn't get to play because we never found the recorder, but had we found the recorder, the tune would have been Great Palace from Zelda 2.
One of the best Zelda themes, if you ask me. And we do
Agreed.
have EatMySteel in the commentary booth. GG, my love.
I'll
Whenever
tell
you
you
get
what,
your mic set up.
hang on, stand by. Meanwhile, RaikouRider, that's the recorder lake.
You got me now?
We got you now.
Yes. Congratulations, what a time, and you are 1 second away from the ultimate dream there, EatMySteel.
Oh, what was that?
33-33.
Oh, that's actually what my timer shows. So.
Well, like I said, dang it, SRL. But man, what a run for you, EatMySteel. I mean, a couple of deaths late, but very, very well played, well routed. RaikouRider's now into level 9. He had a shot, but unfortunately he took a few costly deaths in level 5 that pretty much wiped away any chance he had of making the comeback happen. It was a tough break there for him.
So tell me what you thought of that level 9. Immediate Ganon, immediate Silvers, immediate Zelda on all 3 directions.
Yeah, I just had to chuckle at that. As I saw Ganon in there, I saw the Patra at the staircase. I was like, I went left. I was like, I'm gonna go check that Patra quick, just to make sure it's not something like that. Sure enough, there it was. I just chuckled at that. That was amazing.
And Raikou is in that Patra room right now.
And I'll tell you what, if he takes down Ganon and finds the path to Zelda faster than you did, then yeah, you can go back to that level 5 as the difference maker in tonight's race. But congratulations, EatMySteel. You are moving to the round of 16. Raikou not checking!
Raikou, that's Ganon's room, silly.
Oh, you hate to see it, folks. Well, never mind. Yeah, I hate to see it, folks, as we like to say. Didn't check the reverse C. That is where the silver arrows are. All right,
So
he's going to check it.
So he took deaths in 5? Was he just didn't know which dungeon he was at that point, or what?
No, the dart nuts. He bought the blue ring, but he still just took, and he misses the arrows again. Oh no!
And there's another Patra that he is going to.
Boy, I sure hope RaikouRider hasn't marked that room as complete, because if he made a mismark, oh, you hate to see it.
He's taken the transport staircase. Raikou,
Wow.
what are you doing?
I have a bad feeling he has mismarked his map, and I've seen this happen a lot. And and let's see, RaikouRider. I wonder if he's waving the white flag now. No.
Yeah, I saw that Patra. As soon as I was in there, I marked it to come back and be a potential staircase. But I wanted to poke around quick and see if the girl was just like in a room or something. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go check that Patra right away and just get that out of my head. And sure enough, there it was. I'm still kind of amazed it was there. Oh, he's got the compass.
Yep. So Raikou, if he can bomb to the south and then bomb to the left, find the way to Zelda's room. But unfortunately for him, Ganon is required, and also unfortunately for him, he's out of bombs
and out of keys.
Well, I don't think he needs any more keys. I believe you just needed a couple of bombs. But here's the transport staircase. Then Raikou's going to not take it.
Yeah, I felt like I got like super lucky too, finding the bow in whatever dungeon that was. It might have been 1. I don't know.
Yeah.
Something I found, I popped in, there it was, and I was like, whoo!
I don't think we knew what any of the dungeons were.
I'm guessing the
we
items
don't
were
know whether
shuffled.
we don't know whether Heart Shuffle was on. If it wasn't on, then Bow and Red Candle would have been level 1. I thought for a second that there were vanilla drop rooms because a heart showed up in a Gliok room, which led me to believe level 4. But that was a really small possibility for a level 4, so who knows?
Yeah, I'm thinking that the rooms weren't, or the items were shuffled because I found that bomb upgrade in one of the stairs. So that would have been the white sword, which that means that's shuffled in somewhere.
White sword item was the ladder.
Yeah.
Which we already had.
Yeah, starting with the magical sword, and of course, the very first item you find is the Toblerone, the wood sword. Obviously, I was telling people that if you would have picked it up, that would not have superseded your sword. We're not that cruel yet.
Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, the other thing weird with the seed is didn't need to leave the east. Everything was on the eastern half of the whole seed. So I found like 7 of the 8 levels on the east. So if you went west, you'd find a whole bunch of nothing.
Raiko will be able to bomb to the left here, but he's going to see the bad news that Ganon is required by looks of that shutter door. Now, he is going to full clear, because even if... Now, sometimes when Ganon is not required, Zelda can still be behind a shutter door room like this, and he would have to full clear it. But now he sees the bad news. Ganon required.
And with that, we do have a forfeit from RaikouRider.
Yep, a tough break there. A solid run from him, level 5, but yep, that ended up being the difference maker, was level 5 there.
I guess level 5 was our great equalizer tonight.
Yeah, it sure was.
And so EatMySteel, you are going to be up against whoever wins between Fred and Syscrusher.
Yeah, I'm really pulling for Sis Crusher on that. I play Z1. No, just because I play Z1M1 with him, and we play a lot of matches and stuff. We do kind of the late night thing a lot, so we've played together a lot. So I'm always hanging out in his channel. So I'd really cool to go up against Crusher. He's got his work cut out against Fred, and I know that. And nobody wants to go up against Fred. So Fred's just unreal good at this game because he made it. So.
Where were Silvers?
All right. Well, before we talk about where Silvers is, Raiko, first of all, at level 5, man, you had a shot of maybe sniping EatMySteel, but unfortunately, you had a few missteps there in that level 5. Secondly, all right, the silver arrows. So you found where Ganon was right away. That Petra fight that you had in that reverse C room. Why didn't you check the block there?
Because I didn't find because I wanted to find Zelda first. Was that where Silvers were?
That was
It
the Silvers.
It was Silvers. It was Silvers, buddy. Oh.
Well, he was already done by the time I found.
Well, I understand that, but yeah, if that ended up being where the silver arrows were, and then of course you found Zelda, it was a pretty darn easy level 9. Lately, with Drossi and I being on comms, we've given it the nickname the Great Frequalizer because of how free these level 9s have been.
So my problem was it just took me. I full cleared looking for level 6.
Was it 6 or was it 5?
6 was the triforce needed.
Okay, I guess you mixed up.
See, hey, look now look who's bad at reading Triforce pieces. We're all bad. We all thought it was level 5.
Well, either way.
Because when I saw that we were missing 6 for the Triforces, that's actually one of the big reasons why I forced shapes for Remorse, is so that I don't have to deal with the Triforce garbage. And I was looking primarily in the dungeons. I was looking for Book to see if it might be Atlas. To try to find, or just try to find as many maps as possible, since I knew I could leave as soon as I either found the map or I got the feeling that the dungeon was too small to be 6. It just took me forever to actually find level 6. Because the way I did my routing was I got all those bombs early, so I routed over to Death Mountain and then just couldn't make it back to like the Candle Row Vanilla 1 area until well after Eat My Steel was done. If I remember correctly, I think you were done before I even found level 6.
Yeah, comms have to tell you kind of how that all shook out there, but that was pretty much my whole philosophies going in and trying to find at least a compass or a map or something. And I found whatever I think was the dungeon that had the raft in it early. I was like, well, this can't be it. And I was thinking maybe it was 1, but then get out of there. I found the one in the northeast. So that 6 was the 7th of the 8 non-9 dungeons that I found. So I found that really late too, but I never left the east, and everything was pretty much in the east.
I found okay, so the way I routed is I found the 3 dungeons. I found the 3 dungeons that were in the coast area pretty early. Then I found 9. I went up to the candle shop next to Vanilla 1Q5, bought a blue ring because I found two big secrets. And then I went and found a level at the West 2Q ladder spot. Deduced very quickly that could not have been 6. And then I went over to Death Mountain and spent all my bombs looking for. I spent all my bombs looking for. Like looking for dungeons over there. There was nothing over there. You know what was over there? You know what was over in Death Mountain? Eat My Steel?
Was that the white sword item they were talking about?
Yeah, the ladder we already had. You know that would have been an amazing find if we didn't start with it, because that was a very tricky ladder to locate. But,
oh god, I avoid Death Mountain like the plague, so that would have been really late for me to find if that was the case. So
I don't think you needed it for anything though.
Didn't look like it, but hard to say. When you have the ladder, you never talk about the ladder blocks because, well, it's a moot point.
But really, it just boiled down to how late I found 6.
Yeah.
You were in 6 when we got the dot done from Eat My Steel.
Yeah, I think that's what happened. Is I found 6 right as he finished. So that's actually the reason why I wasn't checking staircases in like even if he wasn't finished, I probably wouldn't have been checking staircases in 9, just because I already had the intel on Ganon. He was in his regular room, so the search for Zelda shouldn't be too bad. And then if I find out that I do need to kill the pig, then I can start searching for silvers.
Makes sense.
yeah, so I actually had gotten the silvers before I even knew that the pig was required. So I went in, found the pig, found that he was 1 hit or 0 hit points, left, went 1 room left, and then like, oh, I'm gonna go check the Patra. Checked the Patra, killed it, found silvers right away, and then it was just trying to barrel through rooms quick, and then left, you find the compass, and then boom, there she.
Yep.
I mean, Ganon easily lost the hide and seek contest tonight, but let's face it, they both lost.
Yeah, the Ganon, Zelda, and the Silvers were about as far apart as 3 of those any roads were.
Yeah, the any roads. Oh my gosh, I instant F grade I gave them on those because they were bad.
I found them so late that I didn't even bother going through them because I knew they wouldn't be helpful. Because I had cleared so much of the overworld. I was like, where are these roads? And even if I do find the roads, they've got to be awful. Like either they're all in the bottom left corner or they're all by start.
You start the left of start the vanilla coast any range. I can't remember where the last one was.
Yeah, there was the vanilla one that was the 4 push block one
Yeah, by the coast.
by start.
Yep,
There was
that's the
two
ghost
others near
one.
start, and then there was one that was the forgotten spot.
That's where the other one was.
Yeah, it's
Oh
the
yeah,
other one.
that's real helpful. Real helpful.
Yeah, that ain't too terribly far from the other spots, but it's far enough. But still, those are terrible roads.
Especially with the garbage starting screen. The starting screen was horrible.
Yeah.
It was horrible, but since everything you needed was in the east, it turned out to not be that bad. So if you just kind of committed to staying, or clearing from east to west, you kind of found everything, and that's kind of I think where I lucked out is I kind of committed to just staying and clearing out everything on the east.
I'm beginning to wonder if maybe Force Zero starting Triforces would be a better Remorse.
I mean, I like that flag. That sounds good to me. I like digging dungeons and finding stuff, and these 2 seeds we've had have been way too jet for my tastes, honestly.
No kidding. No kidding. I want to actually be able to play the game instead of be like, oh, let's just go straight to 9.
Plus, when you and mystery headers and force, like you don't know what dungeon you're in, what items are going to be in there. Like, you could find a dungeon that you don't know that it's level 1 until you full clear all 3 items, or you don't know it's level 8 until you full clear all 3 items, etc.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna end up doing against Toaster is just zero Triforce, because I'd rather play a game where you have to find the whole pie.
Yep, understandable. That is who your next opponent will be down in the bonus bracket. It is Amazing Toaster.
Yeah, and the winner of that match has the lose. I think it's like the loser of Saber Fairwolf.
Let me see.
Or no, it's the winner of Saber Fairwolf, I think.
No, no, it's the loser of Fred Coughlin and Sis Crusher. I think.
Yes.
Hang on.
Yeah, because
Right.
the winner of Fred Coughlin, Sis Crusher, and one of y'all will get the loser.
Yep. So you would play, if you were to defeat Amazing Toaster, you'd either play Angel FM or Fred Coughlin or Sis Crusher, one of those 3.
I don't think I've ever beaten Amazing Toaster in a race, so I'll say that much.
Well, anything can happen in Rando.
That's right. As I like to say, it doesn't matter who you are, randomizer. Anybody can win any given race at any time. So just got to hang in there, persevere, and give it your best shot.
Well, it might be better. It might be better that I don't have to play tomorrow because I've already got an SMZ3 scheduled that day.
Yeah, don't overbook yourself.
And as much as I enjoy that, that's a long haul rando.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
All right, thanks for the coverage. Sorry I couldn't put on a good show on my end for you guys, but
Both of y'all put on a great show. Short Raiko.
Yeah, good game, man. Thanks a lot for the comms, restream, and tracking all the good stuff you guys do. So have a good one, yeah.
Yeah,
all right,
thank
have a good
you.
one.
GG to both of y'all. Thank you both for playing tonight. Thank you to the co-commentator Laws and the queen of juggling, Miss CD Improv, stream and tracking.
Absolutely. And before we leave you tonight, I do want to talk about, we have a 6-pack of races scheduled. It looks like they're all going to be on our Randomania family of networks. They have not been scheduled as of yet, but given that we have restreamers for it, it looks like they're going to be on Randomania. I've got, starting at noon Eastern in the afternoon, Nochibato versus King Doll. Then at 6:30 p.m. Eastern, and we have 2 games of Jay Coper versus CD Improv. That's going to be at 6:30 p.m. Eastern and 8 p.m. Eastern. Then, matchup we were just talking about a few moments ago, Fred Coughlin and Sis Crusher, the first 2 games of that set, starting at 9:30 p.m. Eastern and 11 p.m. Eastern. And finally, well, that's actually the last one because this would have been a Game 3 had RaikouRider forced to Game 3. So we just have 5 races on the docket tomorrow.
Those are going to be some amazing, amazing races this weekend.
Most certainly. And with that, that is going to draw our coverage of the Zelda Randomizer Random Percent Tournament here to a close. And on behalf of our two runners tonight, EatMySteel and RaikouRider, for our restreamer, CD Improv, for my commentator partner, Dracia, and for everybody here on Rando Gaming, I'm LOZ Cards Fan 23. I said Rando Gaming. Randomania. I'm LOZ Cards Fan 23. We will see you on the next episode. Have a great weekend, folks.